Sometimes you do jobs and think, that'd do. And sometimes that is good enough, but that seems to have turned out not to be true. For when I made my vice jaws, as soon as I'd finished them, they irritated me. I'd left a little gap along the top, and wood shavings and sawdust would fall between the vice jaws and the bench and get stuck there. This had annoyed me, but not enough to actually do anything about it, as it had been doing its job. After all, this is a workshop, and things don't always have to be pretty and dust-free. The trouble is, this has now changed. It's no longer working properly. When I clamp a long piece in the vise this way, it works fine. But when I try the same thing with the wood going the other way, you can see the jaws move. And what's happened is the screws have pulled out. I can see now that what I thought was just an annoying dust trap is the problem. The gap at the top when I clamp a piece lengthways is pushed towards the bench and levers out the screws. That would do attitude when fitting these vice jaws has made more work for me in the long run. I think this wood I used was Moranti, and I definitely have some more. But have I saved the perfect size offcut to fix this problem? I think these would do nicely. Finally, vindication for holding on to these scraps for years. I've got a new neighbour and she has 2 cats. That was Clyde. He likes to come and check on what I'm up to occasionally. The other one is still a little wary. I'm going to start by having a little look through the bits I've got, because obviously the ideal scenario is something is just the correct size. I can't believe it, but I think we're in luck. This is a nice, snug, perfect fit in there, so I'm going to get it glued in place, and then the pressure of the vise is just going to hold it in. I've left this proud at the top, and I've left it too long, so once it's all set up we'll come back and trim it off. Now I could leave it there and I think that will fix the problem, but these end bits are open as well, and because I've had a problem before, I'm going to do it properly this time. So we're going to fill those in. So let's see if I've got something that's actually going to fit in those gaps. I didn't think I'd be so lucky 2 times running. I've got a bit that's close, just a bit loose, but I have a bigger block, so I think I can get it cut out of that. I'm going to get this cut out on the bandsaw and try and get it a nice snug fit. That is going to be a perfect fit. So now I just need to mark it out and trim off the excess. I can now get some glue onto these and get them hammered into place, and just the pressure of the vise is going to hold them there. That's a problem fix that I should have just done right the first time, but now I've got to wait for it to all to dry. So in the meantime, maybe with that lesson learned, I'm actually going to do some workshop maintenance. I built this workbench over a year ago and it's seen a lot of use in that time. It's definitely showing a lot of marks and stains and scars. And I like that look. It's a workbench, not a piece of fine furniture. It's a tool, and probably the most used one in the workshop. It doesn't have to be pretty, but I want it to last me many years. So I need to look after it. Being flat is important for a workbench, but this one has raised bumps of paint spills and glue spots. So I'm going to give it a sand down to remove the lumps but keep the bumps. Taking off the high spots but keeping the marks of a well-used tool. I think this all looks much better for a sand down. Now this bit of wood we put in the vise has dried, so I can trim it flush at the end and then plane it flush at the top. So I could stain this bench dark again, but it'd be purely for aesthetics. And I think it has its own charm like this, showing all the wear. What I am going to do though is nourish the wood to protect it so it continues to serve me well. I'm going to use some pure tung oil. The first coat I'm going to thin down by 50% with some white spirit. This will mean it absorbs really quickly, and then over the next couple of days I'm going to build up a couple more coats. I won't make you watch that, but I'll see you when it's all done. Over the past few days I've built up 3 coats of oil on this and it should all be dry now. I'm quite pleased with how this turned out. It's looking a little brighter and it's certainly got a bit of character. And I feel better for doing some actual maintenance in here. I did all that work to the vise and it should work fine now, but actually these jaws are still loose because the screws are pulled out. So I'm going to get these old ones removed, find some thicker ones and get it reinstalled. So now, if I get a piece of wood in lengthways, the whole thing shouldn't twist and should actually hold things securely. Much better. So I'm sure there's a moral to this story, probably about doing it right the first time and stopping to think, because if I had stopped to think about it, I'm sure I'd have realised that it needs supporting all the way around the back jaw of the vise. Anyway, it's sorted now, even though I lived with it broken for months. That was good to get those 2 jobs done. Some weeks you just need to stop actually making things and do some maintenance, because in the long run it's going to make your life easier. So thanks for watching. Thanks to my patrons, and please subscribe for more videos.